just talk to the team a little bit. Obviously, we're 1-0, and it's a good football team in Villanova, like I thought they would be. Very well coached. Quarterback's a good player, like we talked earlier in the week, I think on Tuesday. And, give them a lot of credit. They played hard. They played all the way to the fourth quarter. So did our guys. We talked about the turnover ratio and making sure we're good there and protect the football. We had a couple scary ones with some snaps, but I think we ended up +2 in the turnover margin. But a little sloppier than I'd like on offense, and defensively I thought we played pretty good. We've been a few times, which again I think you're gonna in these spread offenses. The more they, the more crazy stuff they do, and it'll continue to come week by week. But our guys buckled down and made some plays when they need to, and really defensively, you had a shutout. The 7 points were on the other end, and it's some communication errors. Not only by us, but also had some we've had some headphone problems here for about 2 seasons now, and they continue. Coach.com's got to try to fix things right a little bit, drive me nuts on the sideline. But with that, I'll open it up for questions. Okay, I'll see you later.
What did you make of James' return? And we've talked about this moment for a long time, but to sort of have it happen and see him lead you guys out of the tunnel.
James, he is who he is. He scores the first rushing TD, then he catches one for a TD. He's a tremendous person. I'm sure as we watch the tape, we're going to have a lot of corrections for him. I think, mainly maybe he's looking for a touchdown every play instead of just hitting it up there and taking 3 or 4 yards and be happy with it. But, we'll look at the tape. It's been a long time since he stepped out on the field in a game situation. But overall, he made plays when he needed to. And, again, we got to do a better job blocking for him. And, I talked earlier in the week that they had a good front. That 92 Passanio is a good football player, and he proved that today. And, we didn't block him as good as we need to, and obviously didn't, move the ball down the field like we'd like to, but we will.
What do you think you guys need to do? What did you see that went wrong on offense for you guys?
I think, again, it was more just communication. We just never got in, we never got in sync. And again, we will. First time, new coordinator, you're expecting some of that. You look at last year, defense gave up 37 points with a, new coordinator. And then this year, really, the defense gives up 0. Just, communication, I think, first time understanding how to do some things. And we will make our best improvement like we always do. I probably said it last year, from week 1 to week 2. It's just good to get one on tape, and we've got one to evaluate, and we got a big one next week.
Coach, what can you say about Jester Weah's first start of his career, 38 yards and his first career touchdown? How big of a boost did he give you guys?
He did a nice job, and Nathan did a nice job. And we had worked that all week. They went kind of a 0 pressure, and the ball was supposed to go to him quickly, and Nathan didn't have much time. It was just those are one of the things that you kind of go, that's exactly the way it's supposed to be. We worked that all week. If they got into that situation down the red zone and went 0 pressure, and he ran a great route, he didn't quit on it, and Jester Weah, like I told you guys, all through camp, has done a nice job, and he's primed to continue to make more plays.
Would you like for your running backs to have more running room?
Always. I'd like to have the holes as big as this stage here. Without a question, and I think we got the offensive line to do that. So, I guess we'll see next week.
Is that part of that the result of just them basically gearing up, as you pointed, to stop the run?
Yeah, they did, and then we didn't throw it as well as we needed to, but that's fine. We'll take it, and they did a nice job, and we'll be okay.
Roger Anderson had a couple of big sparks today in the return game and some catches. What kind of spark did he give the offense?
He's a special player. You constantly see it. I'm sure he'll talk about it. I think you guys will talk to him, I'm sure. But Quadra Henderson's an electric player, and we just probably got to find more ways to just get the ball in his hands. Every pass can be a little, punt return or kick return. He's a special guy, and I think our special teams unit, you can't do it all by yourself. There was 10 other guys that got their blocks, and Coach Powell did a great job, as I've talked in the past. We could take one to the house every week, in my opinion, if everybody does their job and things work out. So it's a credit to them.
Were you pleased with your pass rush for the most part today?
It was okay. There's some times we missed it. And again, we haven't hit a quarterback. We haven't gotten near Nathan. He's got that red shirt on, and we try to stay away from him. And sometimes that plays a factor. And there was a couple. He's a good little scrambler. He does a good job, and did some different things maybe we didn't expect it. The first one was kind of a RPO kind of draw, and he took off running because he wasn't supposed to. He was supposed to throw it, but he just scrambled and made a play, so give them credit.
Did
Communication issues you referenced a couple times. Is that particularly apparent between Nate and some of the wide receivers?
Date some of the receivers and and also sideline. I mean, just getting some calls in. We got 3 different signals and they're all different. They're live at different times and we just had some headphone problems. And we got to get that fixed. I about had it with that. So.
Now, was there anything that James said pregame or you said pregame just about his return, or was it kind of just football as usual?
It's football as usual. I mean, he'd been returned for a long time. He had cancer and he was in spring ball. And took a carry in spring ball. He didn't take a hit because he had that port in, but he's been there. Our guys expect that, and it was just great to see him come out and play.
You had a couple dicey snaps there in the first half. Is that something that concerns you, or like first game?
Yeah, no, it always concerns me. It's what happens, and one of them was on a tempo, and one Nathan should have caught, and I think one maybe he didn't have a chance to hit him in the hand. But it's something we got to fix, and it's something AO's got to make sure he corrects.
Your team scored 3 offensive touchdowns, but it took a while for the offense to find its rhythm in the first quarter. What can you do to improve upon that against Penn State?
Execute. Have good communication, execute, and that's what it comes down to. And I think we'll be okay. I'm not worried. We'll improve on that. We'll make that improvement. Not worried at all.
Is it difficult to evaluate a week 1 game since first week? I mean, some of it can be just roster. I mean, how do you kind of?
That's exactly it. I mean, like I said, that's why you make your most improvement from game 1. Game 2, everybody across the country will. So will the guys down the street, and so will we. And who makes the most improvement, and who makes plays on game day. But it's rust. It's we really had one live good scrimmage. I mean, our last rehearsal was, kind of what we call whiz tempo. So it's good to get that one under your belt and come out with a W. It ain't easy.
Were you and your players already talking about Penn State in the post-game locker room, Pat?
Yes, we did.
What'd you say?
We'll be ready to go.
Any update on Zeiss?
No, we won't. I think he'll be okay.
What about Hendricks?
I think he'll be okay too. But again, we're going to just evaluate and see where we are.
Does that feel good, Pat, to just finally address Penn State, to be able to put it out there now that this game's over?
It does. I mean, our guys will be ready to go. It's an in-state rivalry, and they got a good football team. Some guys think it'll be easy. Probably sitting in those blue chairs there, but it'll be a battle. They got football players. They got guys on scholarships, and we're playing for the state of Pennsylvania.
You said you're not worried at all. Can you talk about why you're not worried?
I'm not worried because I know we're going to make improvements and we're going to get better, and some of the things just got to get cleaned up. So, some guys would like to push the panic button, but I'm not worried. We're smooth.
Last year, Peterman really liked using his tight ends, and Orndoff was the leading receiver today. Do you see it being too predictable, like that Orndoff's the safety?
Not if he's open and he keeps catching it, right? I mean, throw to the guy that's open, and we had a couple misreads and some different coverages that we didn't expect, but if he keeps catching, he's predictable. Just a lot of people don't like to cover the tight end, so we're going to take what the defense gives us. Okay, guys, thank you.